Okay, I don't know how to really start this right now. It's again, same thing. I'm just sitting down, I'm just talking, but I do have some topics I do want to talk about. In particular, one of them just so happens to be, well, a few of them. It's not really the end all be all, but it is something that has been coming across my mind. I've been reading about a lot, and it's good inspiration slash motivational idea on why I'm doing what I'm doing. Now, keep in mind, there's a lot of controversy when it comes around that word or the word motivation. Specifically, there's a motivational myth that motivation isn't really a thing or is something that you shouldn't really rely on. Yeah, so let's just keep that in mind while we continue on with this whole little video. However, but again, I'm gonna keep on doing it until the end of time. You already know where I'm gonna go if you already know. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it, send it to somebody, send it to someone you hate. It doesn't really matter, as long as you help share what you actually enjoy. And I'm thankful that if you're watching this right now, clearly you're either interested, invested, or somewhat your curiosity is peaking, because you're like, what, you're like, in all reality, you're kind of like, what the fuck is this guy doing? So it's like, listen, yeah, I get it. It's just, I'm just some random person just talking on a microphone in the dead of night. So literally it. So nothing too grand. I'm not perfect in philosophy. I literally know nothing about anything. Okay, I'm just literally just talking about either my life experiences or I just having a nice general conversation with who's ever listening to this. It's literally it. It's one of those midnight things. I really do enjoy it. However, let's continue on with the main topic. And it revolves around the idea of, yes, like, what was a big inspiration and or like motivation to start this whole little YouTube thing. That's kind of what I wanted to get at. Like I see before how I had a little topic about, talking about how social media was kind of being, was really creeping in on my life, to trying to find more productive ways to spend my time to work, efficiently. That's the best way I could say it, without having to waste my time, while also still having like a social slash like free time life. You know how it goes. So the one thing I want to get at is what really kind of got me going into starting this whole, like, not even YouTube thing. It could be I'm also gonna probably talk about for sure about the whole volleyball thing too. Like what really got me into, starting this whole thing. I might talk about the volleyball thing, as right now what's in my mind is YouTube. So as I was saying before, a good inspiration that really got me to like really start thinking about more like taking this more seriously and actually making the attempt on it was, one, not caring what people thought about me. It's literally big. This is probably big number one. Back then, I will not lie to you, I was a little terrified of how people thought whenever it came to my me just doing this, or how people portrayed their view on me, just little things like that. After a while coming to terms with it, it really came to a point, really apparent, that I was like, yeah, I really don't care. Like it's like I gotta stop caring. And within a matter of like not even the next couple of days, I started this whole channel. It's because like, oh yeah, like who gives a shit? Like it doesn't really matter. Like I'm kind of having fun. Like at the end of the day, like I'm having fun doing this. It's really interesting that I could just sit down here and talk, and that there's a few people in the world that are kind of interested in what I have to say, or either like what I'm putting out in my little lo-fi channel. Keep in mind, again, it's a lo-fi channel, but I digress. So one of those things was, of course, I'm real big into education. Furthering my education is probably like one of if not one of my main goals within this life, is because I always want to keep on learning about something, some fucking stupid thing. I don't care what it is. So as long as I'm getting interested in it, that's what I want to focus on. And one of those things was I really like the idea of either an audiobook or audiobooks, or the next best thing in my opinion is certain podcasts. I fucking love them. I just love hearing people talk about their life experiences, about how, they went from literally not being able to be able to like read proper English or even like speak perfectly or fluently, to becoming like a well-renowned athletic trainer and shit like that. It's like, holy shit, like that's kind of like really, I don't know about you, but that's really interesting, and I want to know more about it. It's fun. Like at the end of the day, it's like, it's real fun. So it's like, okay, this is pretty enjoyable. And seeing all these different people from different backgrounds, like that went from doing literally being in like crack houses, doing coke with like their teachers, and shit like that, just on a Tuesday night, just like at the age of like fucking like 14 or whatever, just like chilling there in like fucking Florida, like just seeing people do shit like that to end up just becoming a really successful like either comedian, podcaster, physician, like it doesn't really matter. It's like, wow, okay, so shit can really go down. So seeing all these different people coming from different backgrounds that were either from really shit or honestly really good, really doesn't matter, everyone's fucking different, to then starting their own little form of a small business, which is what they're doing now, whether it be online social media, doing a little podcast, or just overall talking. It's like, wow, okay, that's I don't know about you, but that's inspiring. It's real motivating to see that happen, that literally anybody, literally anybody from like full on like borderline murderers could just come in and just become successful in certain aspects of life. So it's like, okay, literally this shit's possible. So it's like, okay, that's pretty interesting, I want to know more. So that's all that was in the back of my mind. But also something that, it sounds stupid, I'm gonna be real honest with you, this sounds dumb, but something that really did inspire me a little bit more, and the people that that are around me to my day-to-day life or whatever the fuck, like the people that do know me genuinely, they understand this too, because I had a little meme going on with it, and it was about a little certain individual named Clancy Gilroy. Oh my god, listen, I get, if you know the name of it, you know that this is like some little fucking cartoon character, right? It's on Netflix, and I've said this, the name of the show before. It's called The Midnight Gospel. I don't know about you, but holy shit, I absolutely fell in love with this little fucking cartoon character named Clancy Gilroy, and him just doing his little thing, because it was based off of a podcast. The guy's name is Duncan Trussell, who's a voice actor and who's the actual creator of the show. His name is Duncan Trussell. Beautiful man, I fucking love him. Perfect, fucking, oh my god, it's literally like inspiration. And they turned his podcast from what he did, just normally speaking, into a show, and they converted it into from the people that made Adventure Time. They went, helped him out, and they were best friends, some shit like that. They created the show. Holy shit, when I tell you that I genuinely, like, I couldn't stop watching it after seeing it. I had to rewatch it again. There were literally months where I would just put it on the background at my home and just like have it playing. I'll come sit down and watch it for a bit, because like what you talk about, it sounds dumb, but like holy shit, the idea that just some little random dude just could go on, make a podcast and interview random people that he finds genuinely interesting, and that he wants to, you know, explore their backstories and want to explore their little worlds too, from what they did or their life experiences or what they're doing to help better their lives. Some people came back from prison, they've spent years in there, and they come out and they're like a Buddhist monk, they're just enjoying their time daily day, just having a grand old time. There's other people who are literally just the definition of a Buddhist monk, who just like exist, and they're like, okay, I'm just here, I'm just chilling, I'm not fucking mad, not upset, I'm just more like at tune with my life. I'm like okay. So, and then again, there's other little characters in it too, about certain particular topics that really did get to me, that are, you know, a big influence within my life. And some of them were just like the idea of like drugs was a good example. I brought that up in a joke earlier about being fucking fucked up in Florida. It's like, yeah, I get it, it's fun. However, it's like the idea that there are people out there where they're like, they genuinely are functioning when they do these certain particular substances. It's like, holy shit, I thought it would just fuck you up. I thought it would just like, you take it, like you do fucking, you just fucking ingest heroin, next, you know, boom, like you're fucked up for the next 2 days. It's like, holy shit, no, that's not true. There are functioning individuals who do this type of thing, and that are in high paying either jobs or a student fucking, like professors was a good example, that there are people like that just take these random things, and then they're just like going about just doing their normal life like it's nothing. It's like, okay, so the term drug really became a big like, okay, hold on. It made me think more about how life was perceived from my point of view, because keep in mind, my point of view was blurry, it was messy, it was foggy, like I didn't understand fuck all about anything. So coming into this, I just thought it was a fucking genuinely aesthetically pleasing cartoon. After seeing it, it's like, okay, hold on, this isn't, like, there's something more to it. So because of that led on my way to discover more shit. Keep in mind, I have some other friends too that did get me into certain podcasts that really kind of kickstarted this whole like endeavor, and I really did enjoy it. It's like, I say endeavor, it's really not really that. It's more of just a fucking continuation of education. However, whenever seeing all this stuff and just trying to understand the best to my abilities really got me thinking. It was like, holy shit, like I would really like to either interview people about their day-to-day lives, or just have that genuine conversation about my experiences with certain things, or just just like talk about it more. I'm not putting in my fucking 2 cents and just trying to just be like, this is what I believe. Like, no, I'm completely open. I open to all ideas, and all ideas that I have currently with me are completely open to change. I'm not saying everything's fucking set in stone. Everything that I'm saying can literally change within the next couple of days, weeks, months, or years. For the simple fact, it's like I'm completely open to the idea of amalgamation. I want the idea of just like, things to be molded into different forms, always changing. That's the constant state I would like to be in, just always constantly changing about new ideas, about new things. Keep in mind though, now that's completely throwing myself into the deep end, because it's contradictory to how I really am. I'm a very shy and conservative individual. Keep to myself. Don't talk to anybody. I don't fuck with that many people, except for a very small group of people that I really do enjoy. Other newcomers that come in, I'm either hesitant on it, or I'm just kind of like how's it going? I'll still be genuinely nice. I'll still be open to conversation. It's like whatever, right? I'm completely open to all that idea, but just keep in mind, it's like, oh yeah, like it does sound contrary to someone that is reserved and a little shy, trying to be more open to different ideas. That's only because I know that's a really good way to live in my point of view. It's like, well, if I'm open to a lot of ideas, then I know that I won't become a bitter person. I won't become just just a hateful individual that sees the world as just like fucking trash and shit. Like, I get it, like the world is trash and fucking shit, but at the end of the day, it's like it could still be a little nice. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, it'll be pretty fun to just see certain things like that. So again, I don't get mad at people for certain particular things they do. I don't get upset about things that happen. When it's like certain things out of my control, I'll be more lenient on it. If it's something that is in my control and I do something that's fucking stupid, I'll be 100%. I'm like, damn, I kind of fucked up right there. It's like, oh well. So I just, move on from it, get over it, accept it, learn from it, move on from it. It's how it is. So that's what I would just do. Again, I know this kind of went off topic for the idea of inspiration, but it was seeing these people that are completely open to ideas and just overall just like having that conversation, that dialogue with other individuals, or and not even other people. It's just sometimes they're just in a room by themselves just talking, and they're just having an open discussion with themselves about like what they really need to talk about. Remember, the beginning of this whole like a YouTube journey, it was a big way for me to just be more creative with video editing. Now I'm trying to be more creative with fucking audio conversational topics, and also a good way for me to just open up more and just start using this as basically like a fucking, the best way I could say it is like a video-esque diary. It's just for me to just speak and just get my little word out, and that's it. I'm not looking for fucking ultimate god tier praise. I'm not looking to become like seen as a fucking dumbass fucking philosopher. No. That's not what I want at all. I just want to talk. That's literally it. I just enjoy having some conversations with people. So and again, I get that there's some things that people don't want to talk about. Other times they don't even want to talk. Completely understandable. That's why I do this. I just talk to myself, because at the end of the day, like, I'm looking around, like, yeah, I keep in mind this is going to be a whole video, but in this moment, in this time, I'm just kind of just here, just talking, just by myself in the dead of night, just having a small conversation with me, and that's literally it. There's no one around me, and keep in mind, I don't even have to post this video. I could just make a full-blown video and just keep it in my own little back catalog. That's it. Just use it as a video, as diary. Like, once you get that in your mind where it's like, oh yeah, you're just talking, like, it's okay, like, there's nothing wrong with your like what you want to talk about. And then it just, again, it's a big idea for me to just like move a little bit forward. Oh, I can't speak right there, fucking piece of shit. Move a little bit forward within my life, to just start learning a little bit more about certain things, whether it be something completely off topic, like a fucking train, like learning how that fucking works, or just learning how just fucking pure like how the psychology of how like a fucking turtle thinks. Like, it really doesn't matter as long as it's something interesting to me and I want to learn more about it, and if I could take something from it that'll help make me a better person. Because at the end of the day, like, that's all I really just want to do. I just want to become a better individual than what I once was from the day before. It sounds pretentious and sounds fucking stupid. Keep that in mind. Even saying that out loud just sounds like, damn, what a fucking commit fucking not alive. Like, yeah, I get it, it's fucking stupid, but it's again, I don't know how to say it. It sounds cheesy, but it's like, yeah, that's something that I want to do. I want to better myself. That's literally it at the end of the day. So seeing all these other people go from literally absolute dirt dog shit nothing to becoming something just by taking those steps to better themselves, like, yeah, I want to do that 100%. That sounds like such a great idea, just to sit down and just like, okay, I'm gonna work on myself just by, like, in this sense, just talking. Like, I'm not doing anything fucking hardcore. Like, yeah, I write here and there and I keep that in my little books in my study. It's perfectly fine. However, it's like sometimes I just want to just like sit down and just talk. I'm like, yeah, the word of mouth, the word of mouth is just kind of a little bit better in some instances. It's not perfect. Keep this in mind. If you know my videos, if you've seen how I am, like, you know, I do flub my words here and there. I stutter, I stop, because, you know, it's hard sometimes. But nonetheless, I'm still doing it. I'm still putting myself in that deep end, because that's the best way for me to get better at becoming a better person, just in general. There's always room for improvement. And seeing this from these other little like podcasts, shows, videos, or whatever, the Midnight Gospel, seeing that there's always room to just become just a better version of yourself, and to always improve, to not become that ugly, like bitter, just vile individual with just pure hate, like just doesn't care about anything. Like, I get that it's easy to fall in that category. It's easy to just become just upset and hateful towards everyone. I understand this more than you know, but at the end of the day, it's like all it does is just hurt yourself, because it fucking just destroyed me at one point. So knowing that I could just, you know, just let everything live, just like let go. I'm like, okay, let's just go about it. Let's just have fun with it. Who gives a shit? I'm only gonna be here for what, a couple fucking years in existence. Like, it's fine. I'm perfectly fine with that. So let's just, why not spend that time to just be a good person? And again, it's not like it's fucking easy. I'm not saying that it's a perfect fucking thing to do. Keep in mind, it's absolutely not. It's completely terrible. It takes a lot out of you to become, you know, to look into the face of people that are being genuinely malevolent towards you for no other apparent reason but just because, and being genuinely nice to them, like, or nice to somebody. It's like, well, at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, it hurts them more because it's like you're not getting the reaction that you want, but at the same time, it's like, well, you're not stewing down to the level of others of like that sense. You're just you're just being your genuine self. It's very difficult. I understand this. I'm not saying that anyone could fucking do it like in overnight. Anyone can do it, yes, 100%, but overnight it's impossible. Literally, it takes time. And it's been a long time since I could get from that point. Like, keep in mind, I'll talk about this some other time in the future, but like when I tell you my schedule is rigorous, it really is. I spend ungodly amount of hours just practicing volleyball or working out, strictly because I know that it's just having that sense of like, it just makes you feel like a better person, because you know that you're just putting your body through fucking ungodly amount of fucking bullshit, and knowing that you could do that is that discipline to just to stick with it for all these years. And then also, of course, there's also like the other aspects of it, like eating healthy and fucking taking a like ungodly fucking freezing shower and shit like that, or like an ice bath. Never done that before. I want to. Probably be really fun, but nonetheless, I kind of rambling on at that point. The idea what I want to just again get at is that I'm really doing this to help myself become a better person. It sounds stupid, it sounds dumb, I understand, it sounds fucking like, I get it, it sounds fucking stupid, but like at the end of the day, it's like, it's something that I know that is necessary for the growth of me as an individual. Whether or not anyone else wants to heed the words of it, it doesn't bother me. It's okay. I'm merely speaking from my own point of view, my own perspective, and from my own life fucking choices of doing this. It's okay. And that's all I really wanted to talk about, was just that motivation or even it's also motivational myth, but I mean that inspiration most that I would like to say, to just start, you know, the projects I am doing, like YouTube or like volleyball or like blank. I'm not gonna talk about all the other little things. Like I get it, like it's okay, and I'm honestly thankful that I really am throwing myself into this like deep end of a conversational topics, or even just overall having these little commentaries. Keep in mind, if you watch these little videos, I'm very thankful for it. I really am. It's really nice that knowing that there are people out there that are either they're curious about what I have to say, or they're supportive of the channel, or they're generally like, oh, that's pretty sweet. Like I get it. Like I'm thankful for that. And you don't understand how absolutely grateful I am for those people that do stick around and that do watch my videos. Keep in mind, I know it's not a lot of people. However, it's like that's still fucking another human life out there that's genuinely like interested in what I have to say or do, and or see the little lo-fi content. So it's like, you know, I get it. I'm fairly thankful for that. So then again, I'm gonna have to end it right here. If you haven't already, please share, like the video, dislike it. It's okay. I'm perfectly fine with it. Whatever you feel comfortable with. But all I want to say is thank you for watching.